Welcome to the Effective Resume Writing for the annual CCCC Career Fair workshop presented by the Career Center at Central Carolina Community College. Finding the ideal opportunity in today's job market. Get organized. Start now and stick to it. Look for stepping stone opportunities. Writing the story of you within your resume. Try to think of things you are passionate about doing, what skills you possess. Think in terms of an image or a theme you'd like to project. Are you academically gifted, an effective leader, a creative problem solver, a customer service professional? Learn to think like an employer. Try to consider what the employer is looking for a qualified employee. Quality of hire, meaningful contribution to the organization, ability to handle responsibilities. Reliable, professionalism, ability to learn. Researching industries and companies of interest. By researching industries and companies of interest, you learn about the professions and opportunities the company offers. Types of research sources online. Websites, microbloggers, blogs, podcasters, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Building your network. Find opportunities and building your network. The more people you know, the better the chance you have of being recommended in job openings. One question to consider as you start to build your network would be, who are your valuable contacts? Networking is the process of making informal connections with mutually beneficial business contacts. Seek career services at the CCCC Career Center. Take advantage of your college's Career Center service for free. Individual career counseling, job fair, on-campus interviews, job listings, and resume and cover letter writing. Planning a resume. Analyzing your purpose and audience. A resume is a structured summary of a person's education, employment background, and job qualifications. Your persuasive business message. Conduct research on your target readers. Gather pertinent information. Start to gather information from your employment portfolio. Personal contact information, dates, duties, and accomplishments. Educational experiences, school volunteer activities, awards, or skills. Organizing your resume around your strengths. The chronological resume. Listing jobs in chronological order, starting from the most recent position. Work experience section dominates. Easy to follow approach. Most common approach. If limited experience, add your educational qualifications. And here's an example. The functional resume. A skills resume, great for limited work history. It showcases you, and it de-emphasizes the lack of employment. Graduating students or gaps of employment. And here's an example. The combination resume combines both the chronological and functional approach and allows you to focus on your capabilities. Here's an example. Addressing areas of concerns for employers. Frequent job changes, gaps in work history and experience, overqualification, long-term employment with one company, job termination for cause, or criminal record. Writing a resume. 4 points to keep in mind while writing on an essay. Treat your resume with respect it deserves. Give yourself plenty of time to write. Learn from good models such as those on the CCCC Career Center website. Don't get too frustrated by the conflicting advice you'll read about the resume. Keeping your resume honest. 40% of resumes contain lies about work history. was discovered by a comprehensive study. It has become common for people to pay for fake working history and prestigious university graduate records. Mentioned by George Collin of the University of Illinois Urbana that 200,000 fake college degrees are sold every year. Employers will ask certain interview questions to uncover dishonest resume entries. If caught in a lie, 90% of companies that find lies on resume refuse to hire the offending applicants. Adapting your resume to your audience. Address your readers' employment concerns by showing your capabilities meet the demands and expectations of the position and organization as a whole. Applicant tracking systems are databases that let managers sort through incoming applications and resumes to find the most promising candidates. Matching. Your language to the employers will help you get past the keyword filter these systems use to rank incoming resumes. Composing your resume. Write your resume using a simple and direct style. Focus on what your reader needs to know. Stay away from using the word I and avoid weak statements. Use active statements that show results. Instead, start with strong action verbs such as accomplished, achieved, developed, and directed. Use specific keywords that describe specific skills, attributes, and experiences an employer is looking for in a candidate. Completing a resume. Completing your resume involves revising it for an optimum quality, producing it in various forms and media you'll need, and proofreading it for errors before distributing it or publishing it online. Revising your resume. Avoid mistakes that will get your resume excluded from consideration, such as too long or too short, difficult to read, poorly written, displaying weak understanding of the business world in general, poor quality or print or cheap paper, full of spelling and grammatical errors. Proofreading your resume. Employers view your resume and think what kind of quality to expect from you. A resume does not need to be okay or pretty good, it needs to be perfect. Just one or two errors can ruin one's application, so remember not to cut corners or rush into things. Things to look out for: clarity, check grammar, spelling, punctuation, double check dates, phone number, email addresses. When done, get at least 3 different people to reread over it. You should be able to look at your resume after weeks and find no mistake if you follow the procedure. Distributing your resume. Employers usually list their applications on the career pages of their website. Adapt to each employer's demands. When distributing your resume, pay close attention to the specific instructions provided by every employer, job website, or other recipient. Employers want to see if you're able/willing to follow directions. In summary, proofread your resume, check for grammar, get help from others to reread for qualifications. Look for application requirements from the employer to know what they expect from you. Spend a few extra dollars when sending your resume through the mail so that your resume shows quality. There are helpful websites that help you write your resume. Be careful where you submit your resume. The Central Carolina Community College Career Center campus locations and hours availability. Lee County campus at Bell Welcome Center, 1105 Kelly Drive, Sanford, North Carolina 27330, with Mary Parker, Career Center Coordinator in Lee County, and Marie Huggins, Career Development Specialist, Lee and Harnett Counties. 919-718-7396 or 919-7282, Mondays through Thursdays from 8 to 5 and Fridays from 8 to 3:30. The Career Center website. Services, resources, current events, FAQs, and contact information can be found. Email the CCCC Career Center at careercenter@4cs.edu for additional questions, comments, or appointment requests. The Harnett County Career Center, It's located at the Student Services Office of the Mariella Administration Building at 1075 East Cornelius Harnett Boulevard in Lillington, North Carolina at 27546. 910-814-8834 Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 to 5. The Career Center at Central Carolina Community College would like to thank you for joining us on this webinar.